in life, then you can remove the surprise. Once you know, once it's predictable, no surprise. It's like the surprise party that you already know about. It doesn't have the same emotion attached to it. It's like watching that DVD of the sporting event that you recorded or you purchased. You already know the outcome of that event. It's hard to get emotional about that event because you already know that your team scores in the last 3 minutes and it's all good. You win. However, I wonder what you would think if you were watching that DVD of that sporting event where you already know, where both of you know the outcome. How weird would it be if the person you were watching it with, who knows the outcome, is walking around your lounge room going, oh, Jesus, only 5 minutes to go, we're going to lose, I don't think it's going to happen, I can't stand to watch. I think that you and I would think that would be a little weird. Why? Because they already know what's going to happen. It's fairly guaranteed and predictable. You already know, it's proven, it's conclusive. 3 minutes in, they score and you win, it's all over. So why is that person giving up so emotion and so much energy on that issue when they already know what the outcome's going to be? I use this pen for one reason, just to demonstrate something called gravity. Gravity is a guaranteed, predictable thing in life. When I let go of the pen, it accelerates to Earth at 9.8 metres per second squared, or thereabout. If you're an engineer, you'll know the facts. I'm not surprised that the pen went from one hand to the other. I'm over it, in fact, and I'm sure you're over it as well. And when you get over the facts of life, when you understand what they are, they don't attract any energy, they don't attract any emotion because they're guaranteed and predictable. For example, at some stage in the future, I would suggest, guaranteed and predictable, that there'll be no milk in your fridge at work or at home. Guaranteed and predictable. I would suspect at some stage in the future that people are going to cut you off in the traffic. No surprise. I would suggest at some stage in the future that the government will make decisions without consulting you or I personally. It's another fact of life. Once you understand what the facts of life are, you don't have to burn any energy up on those. They don't have to attract your attention. It doesn't have to get your emotion. You can get straight into the problem solving. There's no milk? Oh, good. I'll go and get some. The government made a decision without consulting me. That's fairly normal. I'm going to write to the local minister. Someone cut me off in the traffic. Normal, good. I'll leave another 2-second gap so I can have a nice safety zone around my car. Once you understand the facts of life, they don't have to soak up your energy. 4-year-olds understand the facts of life. 4-year-olds know that they have to ask their parents at least 1,000 times before they cave in on a present. Fact of life. Where does their energy go? Working another 950 ways to go and solve the problem. What would it look like if that was you? Because if you get burnt up and stressed out about the facts of life, you're not going to have the energy of a 4-year-old. In fact, you're probably going to make yourself sick. Every time you plug in and get upset about the guaranteed, predictable things in life, you have a chemical reaction in your body. It's like the fight-flight reflex that you might get if you're out in a paddock and you see a bull in the paddock and the bull sees you. Adrenaline starts pumping through your body, your heart rate increases, you've got free-flowing fatty acids breaking down to give you the instant sugar and energy you need to deal with this crisis. Why? This is a crisis. You need all of those things to help you. You are going to fight the bull or you're going to flight the bull. You have to make a decision and your body is chemically preparing you for this. You've got hormones loosening up your ligaments and your tendons. You would never see someone in a fight-flight situation do a hamstring and go down. When do they realise that they've done a hamstring? Over the fence, up the tree, once they're safe, that's, oh mate, I've done a hamstring. That's good in times of real danger. That's when you and I need our fight-flight. We don't need it around the facts of life. We get plugged in the traffic. Stupid driver, adrenaline, free-flowing fatty acids, all going into our bloodstream. Where does it stay? It stays in our bloodstream. Very few people pull the car over and say, excuse me, I've just had a bit of adrenaline. I've just got to go for a little 200-metre jog just to burn that off. Doesn't happen. It stays there. When you hang up from that customer, stupid customer, very few people would go, oh, just had the adrenaline, better burn that up and do like the 20 star jumps before they go to the next meeting. It stays in there, and it's why some people need 2 glasses of alcohol in the evening just to eat up the adrenaline in their bloodstream. The chemical reaction is that the alcohol will eat that adrenaline. Back to normal. So what would it look like if you didn't put it in? What would it look like if your experience of the world was not so much one of surprise, that when you understood the facts of life, you could have a whole lot of energy left over for the problem solving? Where did I learn about this? I learned about it when I was 19 and a half years of age. At 18, my mum passed away. She had a 2-year battle with breast cancer that she lost. And in the losing of my mum, for me, the bottom dropped out.